One was laying on the bed in grief. One, what should I do? I didn't get any call for job. I don't even have money for rent. The landlord will throw me out. One is lost in her thoughts when suddenly her friend calls. One answered the call, but before she could say something, her friend speaks. One's friend. One, guess what? I have a job for you. One, what? Surprise. For real? One's friend. Yes, for real. And it's a job in which you will earn a lot of money, which will comfortably pay your rent and your university fees. One, OMG, what kind of job? One's friend. The job is as a maid in Mafia's house. One, what? Shocked. A maid in Mafia's house? It's dangerous, one's friend. I know it is, but we can do nothing. You will get a lot of money. One paused for a while. One, I'll think about it, she said and hung up the call. One signed heavily. One, have no other options. Next day she took the address from her friend and went to that Mafia's mansion. One's mouth hung open, looking at the mansion. Wow, she was busy admiring the mansion, but soon she felt a slight pat on her shoulders. She turned around, only get to meet an aged Ajuma smiling at her. Ajuma, who are you, dear? She asked, smiling. One, I'm Vine, Lee Vine. Introduction, name, Lee Vine, age 21, orphan, lives in the apartment. Ajuma, sir is coming from office. You know how to cook? One, yes. Ajuma, then make bibimbap. The kitchen is over there, she said, pointing at the direction. One's point of view. I was done making the dinner. Ajuma was helping me when suddenly we heard a can horn. Without wasting a time, Ajuma rushed out of the kitchen. V plopped himself on the couch. Ajuma, sir, should I serve the dinner? V, Ajuma, how many times I've told you, don't call me sir. I'm like your son. Call me V. Introduction, name, Kim Taehyung, aka V, the ruthless mafia king of Taehyung. His name is enough to scare the whole Taehyung. Age 27, parents passed away in the car accident. Then Ajuma looked after him, hence he respects her a lot and states her as his mother. Ajuma, should I serve the dinner, son? V, yeah, I'm starving. Ajuma nods and went to the kitchen. V, wow, Ajuma, you have made such a good dinner today, he said, munching his food. Ajuma, I didn't prepare the dinner today. V, then who? Confused. Ajuma calls out to Wine. V got confused. Wine came out of the kitchen while lowering her gaze and stood beside Ajuma. Wine, good morning, sir. V looks at her, then spoke. V, Ajuma, who is she? Ajuma, son, I've told you I'm going to hire a maid. I don't do chores anymore. I'm old. V said nothing in response, as he was busy admiring her. One felt a strong gaze at her. She looked at him and noticed his intense stare on her and got uncomfortable by it. Ajuma, son, do you have any objections? V, no, not at all, Ajuma. If you have hired her, then you must have done thoughtfully. He said, then looked at One, and she immediately lowered her head. V, okay, Juma, I'm done with my dinner. I'm going in my room. Good night. Juma, good night, son. Sleep well. We got up from the chair and spared a last glance at mine and went upstairs towards his bedroom. We was laying on the bed thinking about Wine. She must have something different in her. Next morning, we was getting ready for the office, but he heard a knock at the door. Come in, he said, and the door opens, revealing One. Good morning, sir. Here is your coffee. We looked at her, then spoke. But I don't drink coffee. One. Oh, I'm sorry. All the rich people drink coffee in the morning. I thought you drink it too. It's alright, I'll go make tea for you. V. No, I don't have much time. I'm getting late. But I would like to have breakfast. Is the breakfast ready? One. Yes, sir. I'll go set the dining table. she said and walked out of the room. Wine came in the kitchen. Ajuma was also there and she calls out to her. Ajuma, Wine, I'm cleaning the kitchen. You go serve him breakfast and don't move until he eats. Wine nods and started to set the dining table. Wine was setting the table, then we came from behind, sat down on the chair and started to eat the breakfast. We have breakfast with me. Wine, no sir, thank you. I don't have appetite. We, then feed me. Wine looks at him with wide eyes. You didn't hear what I said? One, okay, sir. Wine in mind. Does the maid also do this, sir? Feed him the breakfast wine, or he will fire you. Wine sat down beside him and took a spoonful of rice and placed the spoon in front of his mouth. We swallowed the bite while looking at Wine, and she lowers her gaze. Wine refills the spoon with rice and placed it towards his nose as she has her gaze lower. Yeah. What are you doing? Anne looks up at him and her eyes widen. She immediately puts the spoon back. I'm sorry, sir. Anne again grabbed the spoon with her shaky hands and placed it in front of his mouth, while we was trying hard not to laugh. Anne fed him the breakfast and he went for office. 2 weeks later, all this went for 2 weeks. We always teases Van and we started to attract towards her. But one day Van was making something, but we came from behind and leaned on the kitchen door while admiring Van. Van saw him leaning on the kitchen door and got afraid. Van in mind. What is he doing here? Van, sir, do you need anything? We, yes. You. Van got startled. Van, sorry sir, what? He was about to fall, but Van was fast enough to catch him. Van was holding him, but suddenly a strong smell hits her nostrils. Van in mind, I think sir is overdrunk. Please take me to the bedroom. Van, okay sir. Van made him wrap his arm around her neck and took him to the bedroom. Van made him lay down on the bed and was about to go from here, but Vi holds her hand from behind. Van, what are you doing, sir? She said, struggling to free herself. Van, leave me, sir. She was struggling to free herself, but we pulled her again, due to which she landed on his. Van, what are you doing, sir? She got up, but we again pulled her, and this time she fell on the bed. We was not in his senses and didn't know what he was doing. Next morning, we woke up due to sunlight and holds his head, which was exploding due to extreme pain. Then he tried to recall the night memories and his breath got uneven, recalling the night memories with wine. What I have done? He rushed out of the room and went straight into the kitchen, expecting her to be there. He saw Ajuma there and asked her, Ajuma, where is wine? Ajuma, I don't know, son. She was nowhere to be found since morning. Vi's breath hitched. Ajuma, do you need anything? Vi, no, I have an urgent work. I'll be right back. He said and rushed out of the kitchen as fast as he can, leaving Ajuma dumbfounded. We drove off to Vine's apartment. He punched the steering wheel in extreme rage and guilt. Few minutes later, he reached. We entered inside and grief overwhelmed him, looking at the view in front of him. Vine was crying. Sitting on the bed, he walked towards her, sat down on his knees, and holds both of her hands in his. Vine looked at him with her red, puffy eyes due to cry. Mr. Kim, what are you doing here? I can't work with you anymore, she said while crying. You treat me like any other girl. I cannot resist your power. Tearing up. Wine, just listen to me once. I'm not here to threaten you. I love you. Wine looked at him in shock. From the day one. But never got guts to confess. Please forgive me, Wine. I was not in my senses. I didn't mean to do it, he said and finally broke down into tears. Wine hugged him tightly. We buried his face in the crook of her neck. Wine, please don't cry, sir. I can't see you like this. We broke the hug and looked at her. Do you also? Wine cut him off by saying, yes. Both of them hugged each other out of happiness. We then broke the hug and both of them started to look at each other.